Idaho wasn't supposed to win, but it did. A state once dismissed as poor, rural, and forgotten quietly flipped the script while no one was paying attention, and the numbers prove it. Something big happened here, something most people completely missed, and by the end of this video you'll understand exactly how Idaho went from struggling to thriving. If you like uncovering hidden success stories and economic turnarounds like this, take a second to hit like and subscribe. Because this channel is all about breaking down the stories that reshape how we see America. For most of the 20th century, Idaho struggled to keep people. Jobs were limited, wages were low, and young residents often left for bigger states with more opportunity. That pattern flipped dramatically after 2010. Idaho became one of the fastest-growing states in the country, with its population increasing by over 17% between 2010 and 2023, compared to the U.S. average of about 7%. Many newcomers arrived from higher-income states like California, Washington, and Oregon, bringing remote jobs, savings, and higher spending power. Median household income in Idaho rose from roughly $47,000 in 2010 to over $70,000 by 2023. This influx didn't just raise incomes, it fueled housing demand, expanded local businesses, and increased tax revenue. More people meant more customers, more workers, and more investment, creating a powerful economic snowball effect that transformed Idaho's financial trajectory. For decades, Idaho's biggest advantage was simple. Housing was cheap. In 2010, the median home price in Idaho was around $170,000, far below the national median of about $220,000. For people fleeing states where homes cost $600,000 or more, Idaho felt like a financial reset button. This affordability allowed families to buy instead of rent, entrepreneurs to take risks, and retirees to move with confidence. Even as prices surged later, early growth had already locked in wealth for homeowners. From 2012 to 2022, Idaho home values increased by more than 200%, one of the highest rates in the nation. That surge dramatically increased household net worth, property tax revenue, and construction jobs. Housing didn't just shelter people. It became the engine that injected billions of dollars of wealth into the state economy. Idaho consistently ranked as one of the most business-friendly states in America. Corporate taxes remained low, regulations were light, and permitting processes were faster than in neighboring states. Idaho's corporate income tax sits at 5.8%, compared to California's 8.84%. This difference mattered. Companies relocating or expanding could save millions over time just by crossing state lines. Small businesses thrived as well. Idaho regularly ranked in the top 10 states for ease of starting a business. Fewer regulatory hurdles meant lower startup costs and faster growth. As businesses expanded, employment followed. Between 2010 and 2023, Idaho's job growth rate exceeded the national average by several percentage points. This steady, predictable business environment attracted manufacturers, logistics firms, tech startups, and family-owned operations, all contributing to higher wages and a more resilient economy. Remote work changed Idaho's future almost overnight. When high-paying professionals realized they could work from anywhere, Idaho became a top destination. By 2021, over 20% of Idaho's workforce was remote or hybrid, a sharp increase from pre-2019 levels. Many of these workers kept salaries tied to coastal tech and finance markets while spending locally. A software engineer earning $150,000 in Silicon Valley suddenly lived in Boise or Coeur d'Alene, injecting high income into a lower-cost economy. This raised average wages, boosted service industries, and increased tax revenue without requiring local companies to pay those salaries themselves. The multiplier effect was huge. Remote workers hired contractors, bought homes, ate out, and supported local businesses. Idaho effectively imported income from other states, strengthening its economy without exporting labor. Now here's where I want to hear from you. Which of these changes surprised you the most? And do you think Idaho's growth is sustainable, or is it setting up new problems down the road? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because some of the smartest insights on this channel come from you. And if you're enjoying this breakdown so far, hitting like really helps push this video to more people who love deep dives like this. Subscribe too, because upcoming videos will explore other states and regions that are quietly changing the economic map. Unlike many rural states, Idaho didn't rely only on agriculture or tourism. Manufacturing played a quiet but powerful role. Companies like Micron technology turned Boise into a global semiconductor hub. Micron alone employs tens of thousands directly and indirectly, and has announced investments exceeding $100 billion over long-term expansion plans. Manufacturing jobs in Idaho typically pay 20 to 30% above the state's median wage, providing stable, middle-class incomes. Food processing, lumber, and advanced manufacturing added diversity, reducing economic volatility. Manufacturing output in Idaho grew faster than the national average throughout the 2010s. This base provided steady exports, strong wages, and resilience during downturns. When other states struggled with service sector collapses, Idaho's industrial backbone kept money flowing and unemployment relatively low. Idaho invested in infrastructure just as growth accelerated. Highway expansions, freight corridors, and airport upgrades made the state more connected than ever. Boise Airport passenger traffic more than doubled between 2010 and 2023, signaling increased business travel and tourism. Idaho's location became an advantage, close enough to West Coast ports, but far cheaper to operate from. Distribution centers, warehouses, and trucking firms expanded rapidly. This strengthened supply chains and lowered costs for businesses. Improved broadband access in rural areas also allowed smaller towns to participate in the modern economy. Infrastructure isn't flashy, but it's foundational. Idaho built just enough capacity at the right moment, allowing population growth and business expansion without the gridlock and bottlenecks that slowed other fast-growing states. Idaho's government finances stayed unusually strong. The state maintained one of the lowest per capita debt levels in the U.S. and regularly posted budget surpluses. Between 2021 and 2023, Idaho returned over $2 billion in tax rebates and cuts to residents. That fiscal discipline signaled stability to businesses and residents alike. Investors prefer predictability, and Idaho delivered it. Low debt reduced interest burdens, freeing funds for infrastructure, education, and emergency reserves. During economic shocks, Idaho didn't need drastic tax hikes or spending cuts. This steady governance increased long-term confidence, encouraging people to move, invest, and stay. While flashy incentives attract attention, consistency builds wealth, and Idaho quietly mastered that. Finally, Idaho's lifestyle turned into an economic weapon. Clean air, outdoor recreation, low crime, and shorter commutes mattered more as people reevaluated priorities. Idaho consistently ranked among the top states for quality of life and safety. When people are healthier and happier, productivity rises and healthcare costs fall. Employers found it easier to attract talent, and workers were more likely to stay long-term. Tourism also surged, with visitor spending exceeding $4 billion annually by the early 2020s. What once seemed like a quiet, isolated state became a place people actively chose, not settled for. Quality of life stopped being a side benefit and became a core economic driver, sealing Idaho's transformation from struggling to thriving. Idaho's story isn't just about money, it's about timing, decisions, and momentum. While others argued, Idaho moved. While others overbuilt, Idaho positioned itself, and that quiet momentum turned into real wealth, real opportunity, and real influence. The question now isn't how Idaho did it, it's who's next, and who's already falling behind. If you want to stay ahead of those stories, you know what to do.